Hi, Judy. How you been? Hi, Steve Regan. Hi. How's everybody's weekend going so far?
Are you on?
Hmm?
You're on?
Yeah. Hey, Ed. How you doing? How's your weekend, Ed? Hey, Sherry. Hot, hot. It's been nice and cool here for a few days. Well, not nice and cool, but it's been cooler. Today is not too bad. Just stepped outside for a minute to put the truck away and feed the dog, and it's kind of warm after being inside the air conditioning. Although it does get pretty warm here in Modesto. So everybody is having a good Labor Day weekend, I trust. Well, I have some few things that I needed to talk about that I wanted to talk about, and in my last stream, hey, Lenisa,
Really?
you're up to your ears in chicken poo, chicken poo. You saw that, yeah. Celebrating your hardworking families. I never did take Labor Day off or Memorial Day. I always just worked. That's the Mexican in me. Yeah, and that's it, man. You just work, man. You just work. I have a guy that helps me. He's Mexican, and we have jokes all day long about us being wetbacks. And if you want stuff done, just get it done. We just call us Mexicans, and we'll get it done. You know, and so yeah, I'm not racist, but that's just me and him. He's teaching me how to speak a little bit of Spanish, which I already know a few cuss words and stuff like that. You know, but anyway, mm, yeah, football season's here. Roll Tide. Yeah, yeah. We blew that team up today. Yeah, they had a rough time at first, but that's the way the Tide always does. They haven't played in a long time. I mean, there's the first game today, and so they worked out their kinks, and yeah. At the first quarter, it was kind of rough, boom, boom, boom. That's the way they always come out. But then Alabama, man, they just third and fourth quarter they own. They always mess around and mental mistakes. But what they do is they wear on you. Their conditioning is superior, and that's the way I always ran our teams. Always ran our teams. We're always in the best shape. We could take 20 guys and go whoop 30 because we're in better shape. And it comes down to it. And if you're a coach or if you've ever played football, it comes down to third and fourth quarter. Those fourth quarters actually where games are won. Other people get hurt from being out of shape. I mean, because football is different. It's not like running track, riding a bicycle, or anything like that. Football is different. You got mass on mass each play, getting knocked down, getting back up. I'm moving big people around that way heavy. They're way too heavy for you, and you got to be in shape, man. You got to be able to go the full 4 quarters of football. Even in the NFL, man. That's why them dudes get hurt in the NFL so easy. It's because some of those guys they go in the NFL and they get in shape the first of the season and they slack off. You can't slack off. Same with wrestling. Wrestling is another thing. You got to be in shape. Wrestling, boxing, football, you got to be in shape to go the whole distance. Uh, that was the reason why we always did so well won Super Bowl after Super Bowl for like 3 years. I was talking in my stream earlier yesterday that we went 3 years without losing a football game. I mean, we blew people out. I mean, and then people move on and stuff, get tired of winning all the time. But anyway, so yeah, football season's back. I'm gonna be following the OU Sooners a little bit this year because they have our starter quarterback. He's over there now. He went over there, and I like the kid. He's really good. His name's Jalen Hurts. He's really good. He's going to be really good quarterback for the OU Sooners program. Only bad thing is they're going to probably end up playing us again. So yeah, it's going to be a really good game. But my dad and them's all from Oklahoma, so OU, but Roll Tide.
No.
No, OU's cool, but yeah, Roll Tide. So anyway, as I said in my last stream, we were talking about getting help of people, having people helping us doing emails and all that stuff, and it works pretty good. You get more people seeking information and putting pressure on these people at the Westminster Police Department. Not only them, but the 17th Judicial District Critical Team, the investigating team that investigated Timmy's, and I heard there was like the 18th and stuff like that. So there they don't have just investigators. It goes outside. Westminster actually didn't do the investigating of Timmy's case. So, the 17th Judicial District Critical Incident Investigation Team, they were the ones that investigated this. They were the ones who supposedly crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's and got all the everything ready for the DA. But then we find out that the DA didn't get a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of things that's bug me about that case. Number one, they killed my kid, my son. My 27-year-old son. They shot him down like he was some kind of dog or something, some wild animal. And I'm not okay with it, and I've never been okay with it, and I'll never be okay with it, and I'll never have stopped, and I never will stop until we get this case reopened, and investigated by, there it is. Those are the people right there that Regan just popped up, the 17th Judicial District Critical Incident Team. They're made up of various law enforcement agencies in Adams County, Colorado. And then they have the 18th, and I'm quite sure they have the 19th, and it probably goes on and on and on. And but those are the ones it's handed off to make it supposedly fair. And then they all submit their stuff to the DA, and then the DA takes off. The DA take it to a grand jury. But in this case, there wasn't enough evidence there that was submitted to the DA to have a grand jury hearing to see if they even had a case. I mean, when you're taking stuff out of the case, important documents that should be in the case, like forensics findings of the crime scene, and it is a crime scene, it is a crime scene. Somebody lost their life, not only lost their life. Yeah, and so anyway, we've been emailing these people. Tim Carlson, he's the chief of police. He's Westminster chief of police. All these email addresses on there. Dean Villana, he's the commander. And the DA at the DA's office is Sally Freshour. She's in charge of getting all the stuff together, from what I understand. I'm not really sure what she's in charge of, but she's at the DA's office. And from what I understand, she puts it all together for the DA to review, and then he submits it to the grand jury. I'm thinking about that's how it goes.
I'm trying to get the rest of them.
So, and then Governor Paulus, he's the governor of the state of Colorado. Okay, so I emailed him, and I haven't heard back from him yet. But these are people, these addresses right here, if you want to help, you can go out and send these addresses. I mean, you could email these people, these addresses. We have these addresses here to help out so that you can email them and ask them questions, get on them about, get on them about their jobs, ask questions, Oh, the secretary at the DA's office. Okay. So, yeah, but Sally is over there at the DA's office, though. So I haven't heard from her yet. But, I sent her the email, and then, of course, they have the holiday, and apparently they don't work on Fridays over there. They do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they're off Friday, Saturday, Sundays. So anyway, that's probably what the case is that she hasn't sent me back. But I'm going to email her again. Yeah, see there
I have one more coming. They won't let me do
the
as
question
much
for
as I want.
Sally is when is the district attorney Dave Young going to recommend this case to the grand jury to review? Yeah, that's what we need to do is we need to get on to Dave Young or Sally, and we need to get all these findings put together, and it needs to go back. This case needs to be reopened and done right. And that's what I'm fighting for, is to have it reopened and with an outside investigation, because it seems to me that they just didn't do their job. If they did, then somebody lost something somewhere or whatever. I don't know what the case is, really, to be honest. I don't know. All I know is my son and Timmy was shot and killed to death by Louis Engelberg and Chris Hempelman, and and I'm sitting here and you can't go off of this report here that I have here. This report here that I have is from Dave Young, District Attorney's Office. If you read the whole report, you're just going to look at it and you're going to say, "Oh yeah, this guy, he was a bad guy," and they had to shoot him down. But it's not nowhere near truthful, and so the people that we need to be talking to, that I think we need to be talking to, is led by Detective Scott Hendrickson of the Thornton Police Department. He was the one, he led the by the lead detective Scott Hendrickson of the Thornton Police Department, and Detective Harry Rogers of Adams County Sheriff's Department. Those are the guys that overseen the investigation of this. That's what this report says it's from Tim Carlson, but it's come from the DA's office. Dave Young's name's up on the very top. And I'm just taking it right off of here. You guys probably can't see that, but I've highlighted that stuff. And it just goes on to talk about, how, Louis Engelberg was responding to a phone call, to a dispatch call in the morning, and Timmy being up on top of the truck and blah, 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 the same thing that I told you last week. It just goes on and on and on like that. So, but there's still no forensic findings of the scene. They're not in the discovery drive. And the discovery drive is the drive that came from the district attorney's office, which, Regan went down and got for me. She had to put down her ID and she had to sign for it. And she had to sign a disclaimer saying that, she's not going to go sell this to media and, make money and stuff like that. Yeah. Yes, they're narrative only. All the components come together at the DA's office for review. And that's what we need but there's still not the findings. If it's not in the discovery drive that we have, then it couldn't have been submitted to the DA. Unless he accidentally didn't grab all the files and give to us or what. I mean, because with all that evidence, for one, there was a knife found in a apartment. Also, I'm told there was a pizza cutter or something like that. Uh, but those are stuff that are in everybody's. The forensic result, they are missing. But there are knives in everybody's house. Everybody has a knife. Everybody has knives. I have them in my garage. I have them in my trucks. I have them in my house. I mean, knives are just part of everyday life. I don't carry a knife with me. I don't need that, but some people do. If you're working building material, you carry knives with you, putty knives, and hi, Boisha.
Okay.
Bohica. Sorry. Hi. I said your name today a few times, and I was gonna get it right, and I got it wrong. Bohica. Okay. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Um, is okay. All right. So anyway, those are the emails that I've been giving out to email these officials and see what they're. Governor Paulus, he can't really do too much, but I think that if we email him and that he does see it, and maybe he can direct us in a path to where we need to go. Because he's a high official. He is the governor of the state of Colorado. So, he probably knows more people than you and me. Right, Sherry, no accident. It wasn't no accident. And I've been talking with Sherry and filling her in on some of the stuff, and Stephanie too. But I was just talking to Stephanie, and she was going to get on there. She was having some internet problems. But Stephanie and Sherry and Regan, they've been helping me a lot. Regan's helped me the most. Regan's been with me since like January, February. She's been hanging out. Me and her have been kind of going back and forth and talking about a lot of stuff. And she's been giving me a lot of insight on the way things are, and and how I should present my emails, and teaching me some stuff that I need to know, so that I don't look like some blooming idiot, just writing a freaking email, which is cool. This is great. So yeah, but anyway, and here a few weeks ago we put it out, a cry for help for just getting on here and helping out, and sending this, because the more people that file complaints, the more people that get in their face about this, and don't just stop at Timmy's. I mean, there's other people that's been shot and killed by cops over there, or maybe in your town. I'm just talking about right now that here back in August, like the 4th, I believe it was, just had another guy just shot and killed right there, here there in Colorado, shot and killed. And it's senseless. It's just senseless. And and all those I had body cams and dash cams, by the way, or some kind of video. But see, Timmy didn't. And the Westminster Police Department, we've talked to them and gotten email to them. Right. Yeah, I don't sit around rehearsing how I'm going to go about getting answers for why my son was killed. Yeah, nobody should ever have to do that. We live in an imperfect world, I know. But nobody should ever have to do that. And I hope that, by me getting on here and me doing this and you following me, that perhaps this is going to save somebody else's kid or somebody else from going through this. And I've already seen it. I've seen it. I've known it. My dad used to tell me this all the time back in the day. It's like, people only want to be around you because you got something to offer. But after they've got what they want, they go their way. And I've already seen it. people don't want to talk to me. They avoid me in a grocery store. And I don't walk around talking about this stuff every day, all day long. I'm thinking about it. It's in my mind off and on all day long, most of the time. Probably 85%, 80% of the time, it's in my mind. And it's not that I'm going crazy. I'm just thinking, things that happen. And I'm thinking, okay, so why would this happen? And why is this going on? And then, I make my decision. And of course, I have a lot of prayer time too. And that battle is going on back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so, yeah, and I'm not going to stop fighting. And yeah, we're, having a little rough time with attorney representation. Had a little bit of rough time there, going up some ups and downs there. But it's going to work out. I mean, we're making progress. It's just some of the progresses I just don't want to release right now. But we are making progress. We've made strides, actually, not just little bits of progress. We've made strides. But so, and this is for all you people that I've told you. And if you've been you're following me. I know who you are. You've been helping me all along, and please don't let anything get in the way of that. Anything. I don't care what it is. Don't let it get in the way of that. Because the enemy is going to throw opposition in there and it's going to try to steer you away from it. Now, I understand people have lives. And I really, truly thank everybody for helping me do what I've done, what I've been able to do, because I couldn't have done it without you. And, so, that being said, it's like, people here, Timmy's friends, you're out there watching these streams. You're talking, you're on Facebook, you're saying, oh, how you feel sorry. And, but then when you see, like the other day, I'm not going to name names, but I saw you in the grocery store, dude. I talked to you a month or two ago. I saw you. I wasn't wanting to talk to you either. I didn't want to come up and talk to you, but if we would have crossed paths, we were in the same grocery store. I saw you turn around and walk around down the other aisle. And, and that's the things that goes on, People don't want to talk to you because in people's minds, unless they've gone through what I'm going through or what my family's going through, they have no clue. They see it on TV, they've heard somebody that's had something similar happen. They don't know. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. But then there's the people that just, they know about it, but they don't. People already drew their conclusion of what happened the day that came out in the newspaper. The very minute it came across the news screen, burglary suspect shot in an apartment. That's what everybody believed. And Sherry, you and me were just talking about this morning. You were raised with the values to where I was raised with the same values to where, we trusted the police. We trusted that. We raised our kids to trust the police. So don't tell me that my son was going to go after a cop, which he actually told to call the cops because somebody's trying to kill him. And then he walks out the door after making that statement. Don't tell me he had a knife in his hand and he was going to charge you and you're 30 feet away from him and you're scared to death. You're a 28-year veteran on the freaking force. The man, even if he had a knife, which he didn't, he's 30 feet away from you. What can he do? Is he a ninja? Is he going to stab you in the forehead, throw the knife and stab you in the forehead with it? So don't tell me that shit. And that's all it is. So, Timmy wasn't going to hurt that cop. In fact, Timmy was seeing the cop and said, oh my gosh, somebody, finally, there's the police. And bam, bam, bam. That's exactly what I've been saying a long time. And then when he's laying there after you put your knee in his back and make sure he can't move, see, he only has a cell phone. Yeah. So, but more evidence is going to come out about that too. I already know everything's that they think are unseen has been seen, and we don't need videos to prove it. It's just going to be harder. You saw that, huh, Sherry? So, that's what I wanted to get on here and say. It's like, thank you for coming on here and following me, but, we need some help. We need to make some noise about this in your state. Find people, help us do this. Media. I don't know if Lanisa put that up on there or not. There's a newspaper there. I don't know how big it is.
Yeah.
It's
Colorado Community Media.
okay. Lanisa put it up there. Colorado Community Media. Get a hold of these people, and try to get this out there. I send you if you send me your email address, I will send you the summary that we've had drawn up. It's the summary. It talks about, it tells pretty much the whole story of it. That way you can familiarize yourself with that. Get it out to news people. I don't care if it's on the West Coast, East Coast, Florida, New York, Germany. I don't care. Wherever you want to send it. Let's get it out there, to get it out there, to make it publicly known and make it an awareness. Hey, you never know. You may send this to one person. It may not help my case, but it may help somebody else's case that's going through it. You know what I mean? And that's what activism is about. It's about making people aware of what's going on and what can happen to you. I mean, I didn't know about it until I met Regan and started learning about it, but I've learned a lot. There's a whole lot out there, and there's a whole bunch of it. It's needed. And, it is really needed. It's helped me a lot. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm not waiting around till somebody just say yay or nay. I'm not waiting. And I don't care what anybody thinks. I'll mourn for 50 years if I have to. I mean, it's just not over with. You don't just turn it on and off. Sure, I'm having days of work. I have good days and bad days, but I think I'm past part of. I think I'm through the worst part. I'm not a nut. I'm not going to flip out and do something stupid. I'm not going to do that. And Timmy was not a dog. Like I had a cat I had to put down. And I was sad for a couple of days. And every once in a while I think about him, I get a little sad too. But, Timmy's my son, man. That's my blood. That was my flesh and blood. He's my flesh and blood. And, and I can talk to him right now. We talk. We don't carry on a conversation like you and me would. But we were watching football today. I was watching it. And, I know what he would be saying and I'd be saying it. And then there's little thoughts that pop up in my head that happen. That, okay, we were watching today. We were watching the game. And we're watching Alabama and Duke play. Timmy, he liked Tide, but he always used to go against him just because I liked him. This is the way we were. And then then there was this thought that came in my mind. And it said, hey, Dad, remember that Super Bowl when the Rams played and the first time the Rams won the Super Bowl? And he goes, and it was halftime, and me and you jumped in the truck, and we drove all the way down to Rayleigh's, and we got those huge cinnamon rolls with that freaking cream on that, what's that stuff? Cream cheese all over the top of it. And we came back and we says me and you watched the Super Bowl, and just things like that, that pop in my head. And it's like, I haven't thought of that in a long time. It's like, yeah, Tim, I remember it. It's like, it's like, I'm sitting there with you, Dad. And there is no statute of limitations on murder. And this right here, there's some truth to this. Okay, so all these findings and stuff were submitted by November 2018. Okay? Where was that date at? Oh, by November the 20th, 2018, their investigation was done. Okay? They already knew by November the 20th of 2018 that those officers were not, that Louis Engelberg and Chris Impleman, the ones who shot and killed Timmy, they shot him 11 times. They already knew by November 20th, 2018, that they weren't going to try these cops. Okay, so why did we have to wait till the end of January, the 1st of February to get that? Because in law there it states that you have 180 days that you can't go after the officers legally. Yeah. So they gave it to us right about a week or two for us to go get a lawyer to dig into the case, but you couldn't dig into the case because you didn't have the facts. So you can't go through the discovery drive in 15, 20 minutes. You got to take some time to go through it. It took Regan and Bo, like, how long did it take you, Regan, you and Bo, to actually, and you guys really didn't even go through it all. You just went through, the big parts. How long did it take you? But anyway, it takes a lot longer than, 15, 20 minutes, about a month. And seeing there's still parts of it that, that they could really actually go back and spend a whole bunch more time to go through to get these facts. And see, attorneys, they have to go through this stuff. They can't just grab and say, "Oh yeah, you got a case," and then, "Oh wow, wait a minute, get into it. Wow, we really read it. Now we don't even have a case," But they gave that to you for a reason. There was a big cutoff. And as soon as this happened, as soon as Timmy was killed, I was looking for information on. I went to work on it right away. Probably by the 5th of there. No. In fact, we just got them to talking about the phone the other day. After all this Time, Bohica, after all this time, they've not talked about the phone anywhere, but they just started talking about it just the other day. And I'm not going to go there right now on that situation, and I don't want to go in that area right now. But we did get some information on that. I'm waiting for something else to come through on that before I can go public. Before I want to go public with it, if that's okay. Because I'm learning that I need to kind of hold on to a little bit of stuff, that I've got in my head until I can figure out what I want to do with this information. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, that is bullshit. You're exactly right. It's BS. That is BS. Yeah, because Timmy was on his phone when he got killed. And you guys have heard all my streams, and Timmy recorded everything. And we're going to get to the bottom of that, too. Oh, I'm going to get to the bottom of everything. I'm not stopping. In fact, I'm gaining speed. And if those people who don't want to go with me, that's okay. Step back, shut up, get out of the way, because I'm not stopping. And if you want to go down in one aisle and see me in an aisle in the supermarket, you want to turn and you want to walk the other way, but then when you come back to me, don't freaking come up to me and tell me you're sorry, because I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of it. Oh, we're so sorry. Our deepest condolences. Get out of here, man. If you see me in the supermarket, just say, "Hey." I'm not going to come up to you and start talking to you about it. I talk about a lot of other things. I have a big brain. So, yeah, if you see me in the supermarket, don't turn and just walk down the other aisle. That just pisses me off. And I don't walk around talking about it. I actually have a business, and I have clients all the time. In fact, I have a client right now that I was about ready to cancel because he lost his job and I thought he was a cop because he looked like a cop. I didn't know if he was or not, but he didn't pay me, and he started giving me half payments for a couple months. And then I thought, well, if he don't pay me by Friday, I'm gonna cancel him. Well, then I got a text that he's got me. He's got another job now. He's da 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 da. He brought the money over here, overpaid me. That he was just so feeling so sad and stuff like that. And we started talking, and then I shared with him, and he was just totally blown away. He says, "Wow, dude, you've been." He goes, "I've talked to you like 10 or 15 times, and you've never mentioned it to me." I said, "Well, it's not something I just walk around talking about. I don't just walk around talking to people randomly on the street, my customers and stuff. Yeah, man, the cops over there in Colorado just shot and killed my kid, blew him away. Why? It's like, so I don't walk around talking about it all the time. I have a business to run, and I don't walk around. I just don't, But if I feel led to be talking about it to somebody, then I will talk about it. And I'm not going to let somebody tell me how I can and can't talk about it. See, this one guy, he looked he looked like a cop, and he came here. He just moved here over the summer, and he was from uh, North Carolina. I don't know. He just looked like a cop to me. He acted like one. He looked like one. He dressed like one. Everything. And I looked at it and I thought, and I kind of, then I just thought, but I don't know. He might be. I don't know. He might be. I know that when I told him, he was telling me that he was in the Marines and that he had buddies and friends that were cops and stuff like that. And I just told him, he asked me where it happened, and I told him where it happened. And, he was just telling me he was sad. This guy was sad. He couldn't pay me his money, and he'd given me partial payments. Yeah. Yeah. I have a decent conversations with him. And I never did mention it to him, but when he came out here and he was telling me that he was just so sorry he paid me, the guy overpaid me, and it's like, okay, cool, because I actually had canceled his thing. I just hadn't told him yet. I'd actually canceled it because I'm not gonna let somebody get 2-3 months behind on paying me again. I used to do that. I learned my lesson on that. I had a guy that did that to me. Went on for like 3 months, and he had late charges and all this stuff. And I squashed it all. The guy came out. He was a grown man, bawling, crying, telling me how he lost his job. Blah 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 blah. I squashed it, and he went and did it again. And next thing you know, he has another guy in his yard. And I just thought, what, I learned my lesson on that. If you can't pay for my service, then you don't need my service. It's just the way it is. I'm not gonna, I'm not the welfare department. Uh, so I have to pay my worker, and he's not going to come hang out with me every day for free, and I wouldn't expect him to. But so yeah, I actually have a different conversation with other people than other talking about Timmy Henley being murdered by police. You know, and if and when I talk to some of you and you tell me little bits and stuff about what you're going through, and I run into people that have similar situations, I know how to talk to them a little bit about it, or I know a little bit about where I can direct them to get some help. And that's what it's all about, right? Public awareness, and that's why we're doing this. I want to overturn. I want this case reopened, and I want a real investigation done. And there is no statute of limitations on murder. So you know what? And I'm just going to stand on that. You know, and I'm not going to stop. And so, I did talk to the U.S. attorney the other day over that. In fact, Lanisa wrote his email down there too. File a complaint with them that gets everything looking at it. I actually talked to this guy. I was blown away. This guy, he, yeah, I don't need to hire a private investigator. I do better than some of those guys. Um, I could find out your address if I wanted to.
Sure, I can find out your address in 5 minutes.
Yeah. So the thing of it is just keep hanging out and keep giving me your help. That's pretty much what I need. But actually, I called the U.S. attorney on Monday, and I didn't expect it, and he called me back. And we had some problems with email. I tried to send him. He gave me his email address, and I kept trying to put it through and wouldn't go through. So then I gave him my email address, and he couldn't go through. So, but it ended up going through, and he ended up getting the summary. And so now I just got to give him, it starts there with the complaint form, and I'm thinking, I was thinking, it was like, one of the list Westminster in it, but I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, Westminster plus the 17th district, that the 17th Judicial District Critical Incident Investigation Team. Those are the ones that investigated this case. So, Sally is a good person to hang. If she, she's Stark, she needs to answer back my email, and I need to get back onto it. I was going to send her one yesterday. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's what thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I give you these email addresses, and I hope that you just continue to do that. Just get it, and if you get and when you get responses back, let Regan know or me, and we'll try to we'll put them on here, and that way we have some more stuff more information to help other people. You know, um, that's yeah. But so I want to thank you guys for coming on here tonight, and I just wanted to kind of touch base with you again because I said I would, and if I say I'm going to do something, I've always been the type of person that if I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it, and no questions asked. And so thank you for coming out here and supporting us. Is there any questions that I didn't cover? Anything that somebody has some questions that they want to ask? I don't have money to hire a PI, and I'm not going to pay a PI. And I know PIs. I know what they do. I'm pretty good private investigator myself. I don't just get just addresses. But I just want to, just put it out there and thank you for. Why was Sherry's message retracted? Did she take it back?
She must have.
Okay. Yeah, well, if you have that kind of money, that's fine. I met somebody right now that I've been talking to that can hack phones and computers, so I'm kind of going to be moving in that direction. But that's where I'm at right now. So the emails and the emails going back and forth, it does work. Hey, it is working.
We got an email back there and a call the other day within 5 minutes.
Because we got a call back the other day within about 5-10 minutes. Well, it was more longer than that. It was about an hour. I called the U.S. attorney and left a message, and I blew the whole message. I blew it. I got tongue tied and messed it up, but they called me right back, and it blew me away. But I seen that it was coming from the Colorado area, and the guy just started talking to me. His name was Nicholas Fernandez.
Yeah.
He works for he's over at the U.S. Attorney's office, and he told me he's going to look into it. And I sent him the thing. So if you want to send me your email addresses, then I will forward you the summary, and you can help out there, because it's better if you get more than one person doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's just one person doing it. It's like when Regan was just the only one standing out there passing out business cards and flyers of Timmy. It was just her. Yeah, I will get you those. Oh, okay. Well, I will get you whatever I'm sending out, whatever I'm coming up with, and whatever I'm doing. Whenever I get an email, I will get it to you and put it out here so that you can do that too. And we want, one thing that we're working on right now that Regan and I have been talking about was getting the case. To get the case reopened, we need the forensic findings. The forensic findings, the results of the crime scene of that day. And yeah, but you're doing a good job though, Regan. You're actually doing probably better. You're doing awesome. I follow some of your stuff when I have time, and I mean, you're into it. I mean, and you care. I mean, that's the reason you do it. See, Judy, even she agrees too. You know, so you just got to keep doing what you're doing. And opposition is going to come your way. There's going to be those sour pusses out there. They don't like it. That's why I'm on here. If I'm in California, I can't just come over there. But Regan needs your help. They're in Colorado, right there within the Denver area, Thornton. I don't know all the names. Aurora, Westminster. Just we need to get together. We need to get together a group of people that. Hey, Isaac, I saw Oregon was tearing them up, bud. Isaac's a Duck fan. Oh, your daughter did? Your daughter placed third? All right.
She was showing her goat today.
She was showing her goat at the fair for 4-H. Isaac's daughter was. Yeah. So, but anyway, back to it. In the area, if you're in the Colorado area around with Regan Benson, hook up with her because she needs your help to go out and pass out flyers on school boards, to pass out flyers for justice for Timmy, to go out to just public awareness, man. People need to know. I mean, so that's the whole point of doing these YouTube videos. Excuse me, I had a burp. Is That's the whole point of it, is to get together a bunch of people who want to fight, who want to bring out awareness. I mean, she's not too bad a person. I don't think she is. Are you a bad person? See, I don't think she's that bad a person. She just knows how to do stuff in the way she wants it done, and that's just the way she's going to do it. And she's been doing it for quite a few years, so she's got a lot of experience. So Regan Benson is the one. Okay, you're not a bad person. She gets along with people, unless you're a bad person. Yeah, Sherry knows. See, where are you from? Where are you at, Sherry? Crickets. But anyway, yeah, that's it. So get together with Regan, and give her if you get responses back from anything, just give it to her, and she'll post it on hers, or I'll post it on mine, I don't know how to do a lot of that stuff, so I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm learning a lot of stuff. I learned quite a bit of stuff. The other day I had to learn some stuff, and Regan she showed me how to do some stuff. It took a few times, but it did work and it did help out, and I was able to do it, and I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good and stuff. So, uh, but you guys just coming in here and helping out, and you know, if if you see somebody, don't just go the other way. You know, we're all here for you, and we'll continue to be here for you, and I will. I'll try to. I work a lot, but that's all I do. Working is fun for me. So, but anyhow, I think I'm gonna just get off of here and let you get back to your weekend, and I will talk to you pretty soon because it's probably getting late for some of you live. Alrighty then. Hey, thank you guys for coming out here and hanging out with me tonight. Um, uh, you're awesome, and this can't be done unless you're helping. And it all, it actually does. It all boils down to who's all going to help. God, my nose is itching. Somebody's coming. I'm not. Massachusetts. So you're way over there. Yeah, you're way over there. Yeah, but that's see, we've already through Regan have been able to reach to Massachusetts because what part of it are you at? You know, see, it's already got over there from the East Coast, from the West Coast to the East Coast. Timmy Henry's name has been known, at least in that one little area. And that's the power of the internet, the power of the internet. You could do good with it. So, yeah, Regan's been wanting to get some people to hang out with her to get together and do some whatever she's got planned over there. I mean, she has a lot of other things that she's involved in. She's not only involved in just helping Joey Henley, she's into doing other things. I've seen her; she did a school board policing the school and stuff like that. And she's into it. She's got tons of experience, and so there is Tommy's on here. He's chiming in from Tennessee, and so yeah, the good old power of the internet. We can help one another. So if we help each other, and I'll help you on yours, I'll back you up on yours. If you give me emails to write to people, I'm learning how to write some emails. I'm learning how to do punctuations and.
Thank you, the English class.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but if you've done something for so long for a certain way, it kind of seems foreign when somebody tries to tell you to do something another way.
I have to proofread everything before it goes out.
It's pretty bad when you start to go spell something and you've been spelling it wrong for a long time and you Google don't even know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? All right, hey, so you guys have a nice weekend, and I love you guys, and keep hanging out. All right, keep coming back, and I'll keep reporting back to you with more information. You're welcome, and you have a safe weekend. Weekend to Bohica. All right, thank you. You guys have a good one. Bye.